The No New Friends podcast is brought to you by Manscaped. For the best in below-the-waist grooming, visit manscaped.com. Use promo code NNF for 20% off. That is manscaped.com. You know, Chris, you're right. I do need a Jewish temple in my holiday village is really what I should be going for. Yeah. But everybody likes to get me a new piece because they're expensive. I can't just go out and buy pieces myself. I have to ask Rachel's permission first. So Michaela one year, trying to be the perfect child, gets me, get this, guys, a Walmart village piece to put in my village.
He won't put it front and center, but he's going to one year. He puts it up every year, though.
It's like, here's Santa's Cookie Factory. Here's Rudolph's Carrot Cafe. Here's the Walmart. No Florida Christmas village is complete without a super Walmart.
Yeah, right. That's very on brand. I like that.
Listen, I'm one Hess truck away from marrying a cousin.
Broadcasting from the Sandpiper Vacation Studios. It's time for the No New Friends podcast. The podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. The good, the bad, and the funny.
Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's showtime. It's showtime.
That's right. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast, voted number 1 by our friends and family. We are the podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. If you'd like to connect with us on all of our social media, just go to our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, you can check out our sweet merch, join our clubhouse, and become a friend with benefits. And you can, watch us record these things live as they're happening. We also stream live on Twitch every single Wednesday night, but tonight's Thursday. But usually on Wednesday nights, starting at about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we do a segment here and then After Dark there and all that good stuff. My name is Scott. I am the host. With me, my co-host, everybody's favorite food truck critic, Sarah.
Hello.
Our producer, Alex.
Hey, nice to see you all.
And the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Yabba the Hutt, Chris.
Every dad is entitled to one hideous shirt and one horrible sweater. It's part of the dad code.
Wow, I don't know.
This is
the movie Dad.
You know what? It's one of America's dads.
So Chevy Chase, National Lampoon's Vacation, the Santa Claus.
No, you know what? This is actually an underrated America's Dad.
So, Bill Cosby.
No, doesn't sound even remotely familiar.
He's had white hair since he was like 20.
Steve Martin.
From
Father of the Bride.
Close. Cheaper by the Dozen 2.
Oh, Cheaper by the Dozen 2, which was okay. The reboot was god awful of Cheaper by the Dozen.
That one.
Which was a reboot of a reboot because Cheaper by the Dozen with Steve Martin was a reboot.
A reboot. Yeah, people forget that.
Yeah. Don't forget, this is an important time of year for us. Vote for us for Orlando Weekly's Best of Orlando competition. We are a finalist under the category Local Notables Best Local Podcast. This is 3 years in a row we've been nominated. This is the year that we need your help to win this thing. So please vote for us and share with your friends, share with your family, share with your enemies, share with people on the side of the road. If you're giving someone $1 because they've got that cardboard sign and they need some food, make them earn that $1. Have them vote for us for Orlando Weekly's Best of Orlando competition. Vote.orlandoweekly.com under the category Local Notables Best Local Podcast. We're the only podcast, we're one of 3 podcasts that have been nominated 3 years in a row.
Wow, so, that's a first. That sounds like a first. You know what else is a first, Scott, is the second person that you should be voting for in Orlando Weekly, which is Local Radio Voice. Best Local Radio Voice. Scott Maffei. Scott Maffei has been nominated for that category. So please vote for Scott Maffei for Best Local Radio Voice as well.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, it's super exciting to be nominated. I'm on a list with my heroes here in Orlando, Russ Rollins from The Monsters, Jim Colbert from The Jim Colbert Show. But, more importantly is I want the podcast to win because if we win, then we're going to do a meetup because they always do a big award ceremony and all that. And we're all going to come down and meet up and that'll be fun. And we'll actually get to meet Sarah in person.
I didn't actually know all that about this.
Yeah, this is a big deal. What do you think this is? You got just a piece of paper?
Well, I mean,
This is a big
obviously,
deal.
obviously, I'm going to support it regardless of whether there's a piece of paper or a meetup. But I didn't know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
exciting.
And you could be part of an award-winning podcast. How exciting would that be?
I thought we already were, but
Well, we are by our friends and family. Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of family, tonight is our Father's Day episode. And last year we had two of the dads join us. We had Dr. Edward Samaro and my dad, Rich Maffei. But this year's very special. We have my daughter, Michaela, on with us. You've heard the stories of her graduation, which was the shortest graduation ever. So another vote in your book for favorite child, because you did not make me sit through 4 hours of graduation. It was 55 minutes. I timed it. So, Michaela, how are you this evening?
I'm good.
Dynamite drop in. You had a lot of words to say when we weren't recording, and then we kick it to you.
I'm shy.
It's right. It's just an audio podcast.
Yeah. I mean, we are live on Twitch, but so it's funny. When Chris was 2 minutes late to recording, and
Not
Michaela,
acceptable.
Yeah.
Michaela
Maffei overload tonight.
It is Maffei overload tonight. My wife says that. Never mind. I shouldn't say that when my daughter's on. But
No.
clean
Clean it up a little bit. Clean it up a little bit.
Sarah, you've got kids, right?
No.
So Chris was 2 minutes late, and Michaela was like, "This is unacceptable. Like being late every week is fine, but not the week I'm on. This is a special
I'm
week.
the
I'm the
star.
star. I'm the star." So
I'm the star of the show.
you are. So Michaela, it's Father's Day. So happy. It's happy Father's Day.
Father's Day.
What'd you get me?
Oh,
A hug.
Oh, okay.
that's cute. That's nice. I might use that one. Actually.
So my favorite gift that my daughter has ever gotten me is so I hate Walmart. Okay. Walmart is the worst.
Sorry to hear that.
I hate it.
I wish we could show the video.
I only go to Walmart when I'm feeling bad about my life. I'm depressed, and I don't medicate for my depression. I just go to Walmart, people watch, and then I feel a lot better about my life. So I've got a little Christmas village for my house and all that at Christmas time.
Very
So-
insensitive. We have a Jewish person on this podcast, Scott. Where's the
I-
Jewish
Fine.
village?
I'll get past it.
You know, Chris, you're right. I do need a Jewish temple in my holiday village is
Yeah.
really what I should be
Mhm.
going for.
Yeah.
But everybody likes to get me a new piece because they're expensive. I can't just go out and buy pieces myself. I have to ask Rachel's permission first. So Michaela, one year, trying to be the perfect child, gets me, get this, guys, a Walmart village piece to put in my village.
He won't put it front and center, but he's going to 1 year. He puts it up every year, though.
It's like here's Santa's Cookie Factory. Here's Rudolph's Carrot Cafe. Here's the Walmart. No Florida Christmas village is complete without a super Walmart.
Yeah,
Right.
that's very on brand. I like that.
I love
Listen,
that.
I'm one Hess truck away from marrying a cousin. So Michaela tries to be the perfect, the favorite child because she's the middle. She's got to work.
Tries.
very
Oh.
well, and you can be
Tries.
the
I don't have
Walmart.
to work very hard. I am the favorite child. I will always be the favorite child. Admit it.
It's because
And
you're
I'm
the one that I
favorite
see
child
the
because
least.
I live further away, so whenever you see me, you're super excited.
You know
Oh,
what's-
that's how it works.
It's really funny, Chris. We were just talking because Abby's moving in with us. It's a complicated story, but Abby's been with her mom for the last couple of years. Well, she's coming in to move with us, starting in middle school and all that. And
So sorry for that, Abby.
well, it's real. I'm taking her to Disney tomorrow. Just her and me. And that's like the first time that her and I are doing a park day together. And I was telling my wife, I was like, you know what? She's at that age where she's like fun to hang out with now. And it's not like unbearable to bring her by myself because
Right.
like, that's what I'm saying. Like the kids are at a certain age where you don't want to bring them to the parks by yourself because then that's
Right,
miserable.
yeah,
But
yeah.
she's now at the fun age where she can ride things and, she's cool if I want to get a beer and go to the smoking section, all that. So I'm like, I think I'm
Sure,
really
that's
going
the
to
highlight every day.
I said, I think I'm really going to enjoy middle school, because I think Abby got that sassholeness out, younger. And Rachel's like, no, enjoy this time now because she's going to be terrible. I was like, no, you know what? I don't know. I said, Michaela was terrible. Like, she was awful when she was younger. And then she was a super sweetheart in middle school. And she's like, that's because she didn't live with us. You didn't see the terror that was her during middle school. Michaela, were you a terror in middle school? I don't know. You seem sweet with me.
I was great. I am the best teenager out there. I hate other teenagers, but I am the best teenager you will ever meet.
That is the best kind. The teenagers that hate other teenagers. I was one of those too, and those are the best kind of teenagers. The ones that we just went from 12 to adult.
Right.
Anytime I see a teenager in public, I just do not like them. They act out, and it's awful.
Yeah, it is horrible.
In Chris's case, he went from acting 12 to looking 12. So. No, I'm with you, Michaela. And Michaela will do that all the time. She'll see like those teenagers at the 7-Eleven just being, goofballs. And she's like, I effing hate teenagers. And it's like I raised you right. Or I, raised you right by sending you to your mom's and I let her raise you right. I don't know.
That woman is scary. So you probably did do good by sending me here. She yelled at me one good time and I was done.
Gotcha. So, Michaela, I'm sure everybody's dying to know, do you have any favorite embarrassing moments? Times that I embarrassed you or times that I was an embarrassment?
Not really. This story's not really embarrassing. I think it's more funny, but I'm sure you guys have probably heard this story a million times, but I'm going to tell it. There was one time I was over this was when we lived in the townhome, and I just walked downstairs.
They haven't heard the story. This is a drinking story, but continue. I
just walked downstairs to, say hello to my dad because I've been upstairs all day. And he, standing at the bottom of the stairs, looks at me and just starts bawling his eyes out. And it's not even just like a couple tears. It's like he's full on bawling. Like, I don't even know what I did. I was like, Dad, what's wrong? He's like, I just miss you so much. I was like, but I'm standing right in front of you. He's like, I know, but I never see you and I miss you so much, and still cries and cries and cries. So I give him a hug and he just continues to cry.
This cry was definitely fueled by Bud Light. Just,
I questioned the Christmas Village. Now I get it. Now I get it.
Happy Pride Month, everybody. All right, Michaela, top 3 like favorite moments, and you don't have to be all sentimental. That's for after dark. Favorite moments, whether it's theme parks or whatever.
Whenever we can get the chance to ride Mummy together, that's definitely a top.
Ride what together?
Mummy at Universal.
Oh, Mummy.
No, not Mommy. No, that ship has sailed.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to the New Friends podcast, Michaela.
Thank you.
Yeah, we don't make things awkward at all.
Not at all.
I'm trying my best not to. Scott's just going full force.
I know. And I haven't even started drinking yet.
No.
I was just about to ask if you've been drinking.
Just Diet Coke.
No, probably the week that we spent spring break together, that was a good moment with my dad. Had to spend the whole week just me and him.
When was this? What spring break was this?
Really long time ago.
It wasn't that long. It was a couple of years ago, but yeah, that was fun. I took the whole week off and it was just you and me.
Oh, that's cool.
Week. Yeah, that was fun. And then this past spring break was really cool.
Yeah, that was really fun too.
Yeah, we did three Disney parks in 4 days, which was insane. And by the third day, we went to Epcot and we're like, yeah, this is. We did Guardians, did one lap around the world, and then we're out. We're like, yeah.
No. He's telling that story so wrong because he was drinking that whole day. I was in the most amount of pain. Because I have the worst ankle problems. And he is like, okay, we'll just do one lap around the world. We went into every shop possible around the world. And I was like, Dad, I'm just ready to go home. We had to go to the front of the entrance so that he could
suck it up, Buttercup.
Pretty much. We had to go to the front of the entrance while we were in the middle of the world so that he could go take a cigarette break. And then we went right back around while I'm in pain, trying not to cry.
Wow.
Dad of the year. That's why I don't have the world's greatest dad mug.
We will put the number for child services in our description just in case your father drunkenly forced you with ankle issues to walk around a theme park.
I do the same to my kids though, so I get it.
Yeah. See, Chris, when you have kids and you want to have a theme park day, do they have theme parks in Jersey? Okay, when you want to have a day at like the dump, you're going to make them walk and say, look at all this, look at the treasures in these landfills. And you're going to be picking them through and all that. And your kids are going to be like, Dad, we got to go home. And you're like, one more mountain. We got to get that gold coin.
It's funny because the listeners actually think that Scott's going to allow me to have kids, because if I have kids, recording is going to be horrible. So Scott Scott buys me condoms. Scott saves me money just for condoms.
I'm very nervous about it because Sarah's talked about having kids too. And these are the things
say that.
Yeah, these are the things that keep me up at night. It's worrying about a recording schedule around breastfeeding or a diaper changing and stuff.
First of all, breastfeeding is totally fine. We can do the video off.
We'll blur it out. Yeah, it's fine.
Well, I was just going to say video off. You sicko. Okay. It's a beautiful thing. It's motherhood, Scott. Wow. So, but Sarah, today's a Father's Day episode. Me, you, Lewis, and my wife, we need to have a group chat. Maybe we can all sync up and have we'll have twins, but in different states. I think that'd be kind of
right.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes perfect sense.
I think so.
Super down.
They grew up together.
I would be okay with that. Just knock it out all at one time.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to lose Chris for 8 weeks, paid vacation or whatever. And then, I get Chris back and then I lose Sarah for, I can't.
Right.
I can't deal with
that. I know you were thinking about Scott when you said that too, Chris. That was your first thought.
It's more to please Scott. This is the Father's Day episode. Scott's a father. Don't mind me being a father. We have to make sure that Daddy Scott is content and happy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Look, it's bad enough that I have to go to a funeral next week. I'm already like, God damn, could people time their deaths a little bit better so that, 1 week, couldn't the funeral have been the next week when Chris is going to be out anyway?
Could I ask who the funeral is for? Is it someone close to you?
No.
Okay. So I'm not going to say condolences.
It's Rachel's uncle. And we'll talk about this after I come back. I'm actually really looking forward to this funeral because it's at Arlington.
Oh, can I come?
Maybe. I don't know. We had to do our security check today to do our security pass and all that because you have to get validated or whatever. It's not like you just show up.
Oh. Joe Biden did say the number one threat to America is white supremacy. That's why he had to get checked.
Oh, okay.
You're white.
I get it now. Yeah.
You're white.
Okay. Anyway,
Alex, cut that.
Do you guys have any questions for Michaela?
More of a comment than a question. I'm just really, really sorry that you have to, that Scott's your dad. No, I'm kidding. Scott being your dad. It's weird because Scott's one of my best friends, and for him to have kids is just weird. It's just weird. Okay, so it's not hard to ask a question. It's hard to find one of the million questions that I have. I'm kind of sorting through my mind, going through my what are those really old things? Rolodex. Yeah, the Rolodex. I'm going
Rolodex.
I don't know. I'm going through the Rolodex in my brain trying to find a question. Okay, here's a good question. When you're out with your dad in public, do you prefer him with or without the fedora?
The fedora, the hat, the straw hat that I wear.
Oh, without, 100%. I love you, but without.
Speaking of Washington, D.C. and President Biden, Sarah, do you have a Carter update?
I hate to say this, but there's no more information than him eating ice cream still.
Still eating ice cream. Are you sure you're not talking about Scott? Are you sure this isn't Scott Watch? We evolved as just Scott Watch?
President Jimmy Carter still eating ice cream 3 months in the hospice.
Yep. Good for him.
The word history comes from ancient Greece, first used by Aristotle. Historians seek knowledge of the past using historical sources. I use Google. This is The His with Alex. So today we talked about Father's Day, so let's get into the history of Father's Day, or as I call it, the ugly sister to Mother's Day. Much like Mother's Day, if you remember, Father's Day was thought up as a way to show appreciation for someone's parents. This someone was Sonora Dode. She wanted to honor her father who took care of herself and her 5 brothers alone after her mom passed during childbirth in 1898. Sonora was attending church in 1909 when she came up with the idea. She was actually inspired by Anna Jarvis. Within a few months, Dode had convinced Spokane Ministerial Association and the YMCA to set up a day in June to celebrate fathers. The minister chose the third week in June, making the first celebration of Father's Day on June 19, 1910. The first bill for Father's Day to become official was presented to President Woodrow Wilson, but he did not pass it. When World War II began, advertisers tried to convince people to purchase Father's Day gifts in order to honor the American troops and to support the war. In 1972, Richard Nixon signed a proclamation to make Father's Day an official holiday. Today, families spend over $1 billion to show their appreciation for their fathers. In Spain or Portugal, Father's Day is celebrated on March 19th. In Thailand, Father's Day is celebrated on a former king's birthday, December 5th. In Taiwan, Father's Day is honored on August 8th, the 8th day in the 8th month, because in Mandarin Chinese, the word 8th sounds like the word Papa.
All right, here we go. The Gospel according to Lord Remy.
Hello, my children. Let's all gather around and open your minds to the wisdom of me, your Lord and Savior. Today, we embark on a journey of ridiculous inspiration where laughter and enlightenment intertwined like two juggling cats chasing a laser pointer. Yeah, I know, a cat chasing a laser pointer. Who knew that cats love laser pointers, you know? But picture this. You're standing at the edge of a vast field, surrounded by chickens who are too afraid to cross the road. I mean, you all heard about that joke, right? You know, when, why didn't the chicken cross the road? You know, because it didn't want to get run over, didn't want to get fried. They're stuck. Yeah. They're stuck, trapped in their comfort zones, pecking at mundane grains of corn. But fear not, for we shall guide them to the promised land of hilarity. That's right. I mean, these chickens are going to go to hilarity. Yeah. In this moment, let us embrace the art of Zen laughter, where the yin meets your yang. Where the yang meets your yin. I think that's what it is. Anyway, let's all take a deep breath. Inhale of life and exhale your worries in a joyous jiggle. That's right, giggle. Sorry, your joyous giggle, not jiggle. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Giggle. Find humor in the mundane, for life is too short to be taken too seriously. Yeah, that's true. Very true. Remember, my children, that we are all actors on this cosmic stage. Life's a never-ending improv where we must embrace the unexpected curveballs and respond with a witty one-liner. Be the comedians of your own existence and let the audience roar with laughter at your antics. I'm talking to you, the scumbag reselling hoarder. I am. When life throws you lemons, juggle them like a circus performer and watch these sour expressions turn into smiles of awe. Let your spirit soar like a high-flying trapeze artist, defying gravity and embracing the thrill of the unknown. In this grand theater of life, every stumble is a dance move waiting to happen. Embrace your clumsy moments and turn them into an extravagant ballet of hilarity. Find joy in your mistakes, for they are the stepping stones that lead you to a standing ovation. So my children, as we conclude this brief but whimsical sermon, let us go forth and spread the gospel of laughter. May the absurdity of life be your guiding light, and may your laughter ripple through the cosmos, touching every soul in its path. Remember, when the world seems gloomy and dark, wear a bright red nose and juggle rubber chickens, for in the realm of your Lord and Savior, laughter is the ultimate salvation, and joy is the key to unblocking the mysteries of the universe. Go forth, my children, and let your laughter be heard. Can I get an amen?
Amen. Thank you very much, Lord Remy.
My favorite part about Remy reading something that wasn't written for him is that when he reads it and he goes, "Yep, that's true. Actually, yeah, that's true." He'll be on Remy's roundtable and he'll say, and he'll be like Disney news and facts. Magic Kingdom is opening at 7:00 this morning. That's true. That's true.
All right, when we come back, Chris has another housing update for us. We've got the call from the sophisticated gentleman, Jersey man, Florida man, and much more. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast.
There are three things that I hate in life: taxes, nausea, and booking vacations. The first two I'm stuck with, but for the third, I use Sandpiper Vacations. Sandpiper Vacations is a small business that is LGBTQ+ owned and operated with travel advisors all over the country. Whether it's a cruise, a trip to a theme park, or an all-inclusive resort, Sandpiper has you covered. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it's free. Why book a vacation when you can have someone else do it for you? That's like choosing to take the stairs in a building that has an elevator. Leave the headaches of booking a vacation to someone else. Get your quote today at www.sandpipervacations.com and tell them that the No New Friends podcast sent you.
If you'd like to hear all of our episodes, all of our past episodes, just visit our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. All of our links to all of our old episodes are there. If you didn't understand an inside joke or just wanted to re-listen to something, just check it out. It's nonewfriendspodcast.com, or you can check us out on all streaming platforms.
Psst. Hey, you want to join a cult? Well, this might be your lucky day. For just $2 a month and a simple blood oath, you can join our clubhouse and become a friend with benefits. In addition to the amazing feeling of donating to the poor, you will have access to Patreon exclusive content, live shows, and maybe even a behind-the-scenes look at my secret stash. To get started, head on over to nonewfriendspodcast.com and hit join our clubhouse. Can't wait to see you at the initiation ceremony. Oh, and in the chat during our live shows, of course.
This is the No New Friends podcast, and I am Carlos Alberto Navarro, bro. Listening to No New Friends podcast, and I'm out, bro.
Welcome back to the No New Friends podcast. That was a super awesome treat having my daughter on. She had to step out to have dinner. But don't forget to vote for us, OrlandoWeeklies.com, under the category Local Notables Best Local Podcast. So we were supposed to record yesterday, and I had all sorts of internet problems. So, our Patreon members are so loyal. They watch on Twitch every single night or watch on Discord. So I wanted to do something for them tonight. We're going to be doing this marathon of recording, but also I want to do another giveaway. And you could be eligible for giveaways. Just join our Patreon, our Clubhouse. Go to our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. Click on the Join Clubhouse link, and you can watch us record live. You can be eligible for all these contests. So we actually have a really cool thing that Chris kind of created, and that is limited edition No New Friends trading cards. Do you want to tell us about that real quick, Chris?
Oh, yeah. So if you know me, which you do if you listen to the podcast, I collect trading cards, and
soak them in wine,
and sometimes soak some of the most expensive ones that I own in wine. Spoiler alert: that does not up their value,
unless you're Mary. Then it does.
And then she pays like way over the price.
If you dip it in CBD, then Sarah gets excited about it.
Most definitely.
Fried chicken, Scott.
I actually don't like fried chicken.
That's surprising.
Or bacon. Donuts.
Wow.
That's my kryptonite.
Okay. Donuts. So,
Chris, I have to, when I eat a powdered donut at work, because sometimes people bring in donuts, and even if they're a day stale, I don't care. Donuts are donuts. But I have to put the trash can like under my chin, like a goddamn bib. Like I'm wearing this small office trash can as a bib as I'm eating powdered donuts.
So we have very limited printing. And I'm showing them on the Twitch stream right now. Trading cards for the No New Friends podcast. We have Bubba Joe. We have Lord Remy. We have the Sophisticated Gentleman. We have Ryan, who brings us Jersey Man versus Florida Man every week. We have a lot, but here's a little preview.
Where's the Nick one?
Here's a little preview. I'll bring up the Nick one. Here's a little preview of the card. This is the first ever printed No New Friends trading card. Bubba Job, first edition, 1 of 1 custom card. Look at that. Look at that sorcery. So anyway, with all this being said,
wow, not only is he a real life hoarder, but he's like a desktop hoarder. Look at all this.
Yeah, I clean it up like once every 6 months. Yeah, so we have the Bubba Joe. We have the Lord Remy. And they even have abilities. Like Remy, big ol' wiener, 50 attack power. Flip a coin. If it heads, you get a big ol' wiener just looking at it. Nick from Sandpiper. His ability is banana bread. Opponent must skip their turn to eat your banana bread. 75 attack damage. Then banana boat. Catch your opponent checking out your banana boat. Take 10 HP from them and go again. His weakness is booking trips to Ohio. Ron DeSantis. His ability, Bud Light Chug. You're up your gay percentage, gain 50 HP. Drag show. Ask your opponent if they voted for Ron DeSantis. If they did, they lose the game. Sophisticated gentleman. Deal with the devil. Win the turn, but at what cost? Bubba Joe. 3 a.m. cold call. Interrupt your opponent's turn. So the deal is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different trading cards.
Right now, there's going to be more coming out, though, right?
Right. There will be more coming out. This is the first print run, right? Whoever wins, whoever wins.
Sarah, are you okay?
No, I just am thinking of a million things that my trading card would look like, and I'm scared.
I did not make any host cards yet. They will be super limited. I need that to be in mint condition sent to me. Oh, I will. I will send you one, Nick. So the host of the show, Scott, myself, Sarah, Mary, and Nick, we all will have our own cards, right? Sent to us. But our Patreon members are eligible to win these cards as well. These are very limited. We're not selling them. We're only giving them away, and we're only giving them away to Patreon members. They are made to order. There's only going to be a limited amount of them. If you want one, you got to be a Patreon member. And that leads us to our competition. We have a duck race for the very first trading card giveaway. Right now, we are giving away a card of your choice out of the 6 that I just showed. You either get a Ron DeSantis, you get a Jersey Man versus Florida Man Ryan, you get a Nick from Sandpiper, you get a Lord Remy, you get a Bubba Joe, or you get a Sophisticated Gentleman.
And let me make something clear to those who aren't seeing the visual. It's not a Ron DeSantis, the governor card. It's a Rhonda Santis drag queen card.
It's him dressed in drag.
Yes.
Design also available on the
on
podcast.com. Go to our merchandise tab. So without any further ado, I'm going to share my screen here once the host enables participate screen sharing.
God damn it.
And I will. And we're going to do a 30-second duck race for our Patreon members to get one of these glorious prizes. And I printed my first one, and it's amazing. And we are off. All right, so classic Ryan out to an earlier lead. We do know that early leads
are never good. Never good.
So thanks for trying, Ryan. We'll smell
here comes
you later.
Chuck. Chris really wants to send something to Canada.
No. Oh, no.
Remy was in second. Oh, Dane's coming up from behind.
Whoa, who is this?
Who's coming up? Anthony again. Is it going to be Anthony for the second contest in a row? It looks like Anthony's going to win his second contest in a row. Anthony just won his second duck race in a row.
So Anthony, you're going to reach out to us.
Yeah. Send us an email, nonewfriendspodcast@yahoo.com. Send us your mailing address so we can get that card and the t-shirt that we owe you out to you. That was super fun.
Yeah. there's going to be more cards put out. And if you guys have any, here's the other thing. If you guys have any suggestions for cards to make, please let us know, because I'll make it. Whether it's anything that you think that has to do with the show, we're down for. Maybe we do a Jimmy Carter eating ice cream card.
Ooh.
Yeah. One of his attacks can be like staying alive.
Yeah.
Know your opponent's HP.
I love it. Oh, we've got to have an Anne Heche card.
Oh, an Anne Heche card.
Yep. Okay, if you want to be in the duck race contest for limited edition cards or any other prizes that we do, make sure you join our clubhouse. That's nonewfriendspodcast.com. Just click on join our clubhouse. It's as low as $2 a month, and it really helps us out. So, Chris, what's going on with the house buying process?
So I'm glad you brought this up, because I actually kind of want to bring this up, because as you know, Emily,
should I get the sad music queued up, ready to go?
Emily listened to the podcast and didn't want to do this on air because I wanted to talk about it privately, but I've had a lot going on with work and everything. Don't want any more house jokes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because and I was talking over Emily with this. We just don't think that lying to all of the listeners is a good idea, Scott.
What do you mean?
Because we got a house.
Oh, you got a house.
We got a house.
Is it waffle?
Is it waffle?
Waffle House?
I wish, dude. We don't have those up here. That's why I didn't understand the reference. Yeah, we don't have Waffle
That's
House
a
in New
thing?
Jersey. Yeah, we don't
Wait
have
a
them up here.
second.
Like a thing to not have one?
We were going to talk about the house buying thing. We need to talk about the lack of Waffle House.
I'll tell you. I will tell you where the closest Waffle House is to me.
So do you people not get drunk?
It is in Feasterville. That's it's pretty far away from me. Let me hit directions for. We're doing this live. 43 minutes away from me is the closest Waffle House. Yeah. But
what about do you have Denny's?
Yeah, we have Denny's.
Okay, so that's like your drunk 3 a.m. spot.
Yeah, no, New Jersey's different than Florida. We don't have Waffle House. We also don't have racism as much up here, which is so it's pretty nice.
What about IHOP? Do you have IHOP there?
Plenty of IHOPs. Plenty of IHOPs.
All right.
We actually have nice brunch places up here, Scott. It's
like
cool. You should go up
Kiki's?
here. Probably 10 times nicer than whatever that is. You said.
Wait, you don't know what Kiki's is?
I don't know what a Kiki is now.
Sarah, you've been to Kiki's, right? That's a nice little brunch spot.
Is it Kiki?
Keke.
Everyone from Florida who listens, Kiki's is non-existent up here. I don't think Kiki's.
What about Peach Valley?
Closest one's in Staten Island.
Definitely not.
Is Peach Valley just local, Sarah?
Yeah.
You know what
Florida.
Yeah. You idiot. You know what I did eat at when I was in Florida in Naples area? Skillets. You have Skillets close to you?
No, just Naples.
Maybe that's just one restaurant then. And it just was racist of me to think that it was all throughout Florida. But anyway, yes, Scott, we got a house finally.
You bought an outhouse.
It's not big. It's one of those houses from Home Depot that you just pop up somewhere. It was $20,000. There's no plumbing or electricity or anything, but it is a shell of a house.
Your parents just built another wing to the compound.
Yeah, and it's not off property. The address will not change. Nonetheless, it's a house. No, I'll tell you what though. I was sitting out in the backyard a couple weeks ago. I'm looking at my neighbor's house, and he has one of those like Amish sheds.
Amish shed. Okay, Amish shed.
Yeah. I almost knocked on his. It looks like a little house. It's like it's like 15 by 25. I almost knocked on his door to ask him how much he's going to charge for rent if he wanted to rent it out. I'd happily sleep next to a lawnmower. I don't care. But bigger than where I live now. No, so it's really awesome. Things are moving really fast. Today when we record is June 15th.
It's fun. It's funny. I feel the same way every time I hang out with Nick from Sandpiper Vacations. It's moving really fast, Nick.
So closing is July 15th. Super exciting. Yeah. So I will have.
What day of the week is that? When's moving day? A Friday. So you have a couple days to. Okay,
that
good.
was in the contract. It was in the contract. Listen, I have someone very special in my life, and when I say special, I mean like he will not allow me to close on a Wednesday. So closing is on a Friday. We have the whole weekend to move in, and then we have Monday and Tuesday to get internet. So listen, will not affect, but what will affect is, listen, I'm going to have a nice studio. Emily already, she already donated a room to me, very graciously of her. I had to trade her. Literally the rest of the house is now up for whatever she wants to do. So I can have my own office, but that's
worth
fine.
it. That's
it fine.
Completely, Chris.
So I guess this segment is going to now transition from my house hunting process to my house improvement process, my home improvement.
A lot of contact paper talk. I'm here for it.
Oh, yes. So luckily, the house that we're moving into does not need a lot of stuff done to it, like most of the other houses that we were looking at. So that's fun, but not a lot of landscaping. So probably we'll be able to talk a lot about poison ivy and poison sumac, stuff like that I get when I weed. I'm just kidding. I'm hiring someone for that. I'm not doing that. I'm not touching that stuff. Yeah. I'm not touching that stuff. No, I'm pulling the Scott card. But yeah, we're really, really excited. It's only 20 minutes. It's less than 20 minutes from where we're living now. And it's 5 minutes from my work. So when I pretend to do important stuff, it's 5 minutes away. So I just go 5 minutes down the road. Now it is 2 miles from my workplace. So my electric scooter gets 15-mile range. So I can go there and back, no problem. But I was, you can't have an electric scooter doing that. I was like, okay, so I'll buy a moped. So now I'm going to be a biker, joining a, I'm going to be a biker. I will be, Emily just walked in the house and I'm talking about how I'm getting a moped.
I am
say no, you're not.
Yeah, I'm with Emily on this. This is like, when like professional athletes have to sign like a safety clause, like they cannot go ride a moped, they can't play football or something like that. I'm having you sign the no moped, no moped. You can't do it. I'm vetoing that.
Okay, I'm the captain now. Listen, this guy will buy anything. If it has a price tag on it, he wants it. I don't know what it is about this hoarding lifestyle that he's adapted to, but we are not getting a moped.
We aren't. I am.
You are not. And I told him before he can't even have a motorcycle. So the last thing we need is a moped.
Well, Chris can't fit on anything without training wheels. So
he's trying to downgrade until you say yes.
No, but what's worse
is make it to like a push scooter.
His dad, that's in his early 70s, is totally in on this and wants to drive it too.
What?
I'm like, this is scary.
I'm very scared.
Vespa? Vespas are cute,
No, he needs to
don't influence him.
Sarah, he needs to get the little thing with the sidecar, like Hagrid's motorbike or whatever. But he'll be in the sidecar. Emily will be on the real, adult part. He'll be in the sidecar.
We'll compromise. Yes. We'll compromise.
All right, I said my piece.
Yeah, I'm not down for this. In fact, in the business agreement that we're going to be signing at some point, I need everybody to sign the safety clause. There's no skydive, nothing that could get you all killed, because I need you here for the podcast.
Scott, I feel like joining a biker gang would be such good content, but like a moped biker gang.
So a college campus, a Gen Z club.
We'll have a No New Friends moped biker gang New Jersey chapter. We'll have biker jackets and everything. Great for advertisement. Really good.
Now I'm buying into this a little bit. Anything for merchandise and content.
But anyway, in closing about my house buying experience, it was a grueling. It was only been a couple months. It felt like a lifetime because every time we all made an offer for someone, it felt like forever. To all our Patreon members that have reached out to me personally, and to you, Scott, really everybody who's reached out, everybody who said anything nice, thank you so much for just being a part of this horrible process and just making my days a little bit better. And thank you for all the fat jokes and thank you for all the homeless jokes that added to my depression. I really appreciate that because you guys are the backbone of the healthcare system, because without you, I would not be on pills. So thank you. So I'm really looking forward to transition now from house buying process updates. Now it's mortgage updates. Don't know what I'm doing. That was the scariest part about all this. Is like I'm making an offer for a house. Now what? I don't know. They're like, oh, you got to do a termite test. Me personally, I don't know. Am I going there to do it? I don't know. I was like, and then a mortgage. First of all, they said, I'm going into a lot of debt. Not new to me. Not afraid of that. But everything else, it's like you don't just punch in your social security number anymore on the Target keypad and press OK. Like now they're asking for evidence. So when I say I make $3.5 million, they ask me to prove it. Because at Target, you just type in whatever number you want.
Right.
Right. So like at Target, right, like Dollar General, if you're getting a cry, you say, I'm like, $3, $4, $5 million. They'll never check. Right. Well, these guys check. So, will the mortgage fall through?
Who knows?
Sir, I hope you're not listening to this. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't put that. They actually ask, but you know what? You submit your financial statements, and then they're like, "Can you submit page 3 again?" Like, why? Like, right? It's just every day there's just like, "Hey, we're gonna need you to submit page 3 again, but can you sign it this time? Like, can you sign? Can you just put a little signature at the bottom so we know it's you?" Okay, man. All right. They just asked me to prove that I'm self-employed. I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how else to prove it.
Do you want letterhead?
I know. Do you want to see my contact paper? Like, I have no idea. What
Chris's letterhead is drawn in crayon.
Yeah, it's really nice looking. It is crayon, but it's really nice looking. It's impressive. I've gotten compliments on it. But yeah, so it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's every day there's something new, and I cannot wait until it's over.
Sarah, have you and Lewis ventured into the house buying process yet?
Slowly but surely.
Okay.
It's a lot down here. It really sucks.
Yeah.
And so, we're content in an apartment we can afford, which is not
hard
a lot
to find
say
as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I'm just sticking with it until I find what I like for the right price.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, what we find for the right price.
Yeah, I saw Lewis hit
We
you.
both like.
I saw that. I saw that. All right, we've got a call from the sophisticated gentleman. Let's see what he's up to today.
7 years ago, Scott started recording for a Wednesday night of the No New Friends podcast. The American Society is still waiting to see when After Dark will finish recording. Greetings from the Gettysburg Battlefield NNF posse. After my first 2 missteps in locating Chris Yob, I decided that I needed a bit of inspiration. That brought me here, and I'm reflecting on how difficult it was to end slavery. Hell, the fight still rages on in all 3 of Scott's laundry rooms today. Still, the Union Army was incredibly resilient in staving off the Confederate attacks, unlike Mary when the drug cravings start up, and I've decided to take the Union's persistence to heart in my search. You may recall that before the war, the North and the South were like Lewis and Sarah on any given night, experiencing an exciting beginning, spending a good amount of time being intimate, and having a satisfying ending at the end of every session of Congress, that is. Soon everything changed, and the conflict all led up to Gettysburg. The battle was bloodier than what Scott feels the need to track on his phone, and the deaths were numerous. I spoke with one ghost here, who was quoted as saying,
"The pleasure is all yours. I am Lemaine from the Gambia smiling coast of West Africa. I have been chopping down trees in the forest all day and need money to feed my siblings."
Wise words indeed. And I just gave him $20, so I hope that helped. Really want to help this guy. Another ghost is trying to argue with some teenage visitors here. She seems worse at keeping control of the situation than Andy Bernard when he took the Dunder Mifflin crew here. Oh my god, there's a Confederate soldier. Let's see what he has to say.
But now she won't move, and she's a big dog. And when you're into going to Costco, you're into going to Costco, and you just deal with the dog on the bed.
No, you don't. You've got issues, man. Serious issues.
We've kind of talked about this before. I don't have stage fright peeing anywhere except for a pool. Like that, I have a little bit of stage fright there.
What the actual hell? You're giving me so many more reasons to hate the Confederates. Not that I needed any more reasons.
The ice cream truck is here. I'm so excited. The ice cream truck is here. There's a lot of kids in front of me, so I have to wait my turn.
I don't even know how to respond to that. Between peeing in the pool, having intimate time near dogs, and being obsessed with ice cream while wearing a fedora, I'd say I'd be making the deal with the wrong person if I had a choice in the matter. Seems like this guy would agree to anything in exchange for an Avengers ice cream popsicle that's already melted. Anyways, I think I've been truly inspired enough to
love the Avengers pop.
After all, if the Civil War was significant enough to lead Scott and his HOA to create 1915's film Birth of a Nation, also please look that up because I don't know if you guys will understand that reference, then I should be able to finally finish this job. Chris is so proud of his history major, maybe that's the route I'll take. What's the difference between Randy Jackson and Reggie Jackson?
That is
a Diz Journey reference.
Was
right?
it Diz Journey or just Remy's Roundtable?
What's the difference?
Celebrity birthday. Yeah, celebrity birthdays. He says Reggie Jackson, judge from American Idol. And I'm like, no, I don't think that's the same Jackson.
So I got to tell you, Scott, the sophisticated gentleman's getting pretty close to me. He's getting Gettysburg. He's making it further towards me. I'm getting a little worried.
He's close. All right, you're listening to the No New Friends podcast. When we return, we've got Jersey Man, Florida Man, and so much more.
Picture St. Augustine, Florida, 2022. You're on the Night Watchman Ghost Tour with all of your ghoul friends. The air grows colder, you turn the corner, and there she is, Ghost Mary. Okay, you probably won't run into Ghost Mary. You may see a ghost named Mary. I'm not really 100% sure, but the tour guides for the Night Watchman Ghost Tour from See America Tours do know it is the only 4D ghost tour in St. Augustine. So if you have ever wondered what a ghost smells like, well, now is your chance. And right now they have a scary good deal going on. Enter the promo code NNF, as in no new friends, and receive 25% off your Night Watchman Ghost Tour. So visit them at seeamericatours.net. That is SEE americatours.net. Okay, bye.
Hey there, Scott here. You all know I like to spend time wandering the neighborhood on my big wheels or hanging out at the park with my fedora and my Bud Light. So I don't have time to clean my own house. That's why I've been using I Believe services for the past 6-7 years, and they're the best in commercial and residential cleaning. They're also doing carpet shampooing at such a reasonable price. Just check them out. That's ibelieveservices.us. Give them a call, 407-928-4595, and tell them that the No New Friends podcast sent you.
Hey, it's Dane from Big Beautiful Diz. If you haven't heard of my YouTube channel already, it's all about theme parks. Theme park history, theme park reviews, theme park opinions, and interviews with people in the industry or the community. So if you're a theme park fan, head over to youtube.com/c/BigBeautifulDiz and hit that red subscribe button. I'll see you over there, everybody.
Hey guys, comedian James John, and you are listening to the No New Friends podcast.
Welcome back to the No New Friends podcast. Chris, I'm so excited about you. I'm so excited for you with this house, and it's been a journey, and the journey didn't last long enough for me with the content, but
it's a reoccurring theme in your life.
Yep.
It's actually sad and funny.
Mm-hmm. All right, you guys ready to play Jersey Man, Florida Man?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whether flipping a fan boat or crashing a truck, these states are filled with people who suck. So it's time for us to play New Jersey Man versus Florida Man.
Every week, Ryan brings us two news stories. One is from Jersey, one is from Florida. It is up to us to decide which one is which. Take it away, Ryan.
Hey guys, this is Ryan, coming to you from the No New Friends newsroom, located this week at a Phillies game. I invited Scott along, but he's over at Hollywood Horror Nights. He heard rumors that 17-year-olds fall into your lap head first. He said he's looking for a hot piece of ass like that 16-year-old Judy Garland. It's come to my attention that maybe I should apologize for some of the jokes that I've made, as there's a deep drive into left field by Castellanos. And it looks like it's going to be foul. Well, it looks like it was caught by a Make-A-Wish kid. At least I think it's a Make-A-Wish kid. Looks like he's speed-running diabetes and maybe has some kind of gene deficiency. Well, nice enough, he's going to give it to that other kid that looks much, much healthier than he does. And now he's talking to the mother of the kid. She looks very concerned. She scooped up her kid and ran away from him. What the hell did he say to her? That looks like he grabbed a hot dog. Wow, he ate the whole thing in one bite. No gag reflex on that kid. Speaking of gag reflex, we learned last week that Mary doesn't have one. Even Nick's straight percentage went up after that conversation. Well, while I tease these homeless guys out front with one of these free pizzas, let's get into this week's Florida Man or Jersey Man. And in our first story, a woman is fined $500 for bringing a stray dog to a dog shelter. And for our second story, thousands of bees take over a beach.
All right. I laughed so hard that I thought I was going to pass out.
You have to replay that. I have no idea what Ryan just said.
Are you serious?
Because pulling back the curtain on the Sunday show, Ryan said there's a joke in here that only you're going to get. And so he says Castellanos hits one deep to left field, right? Whatever he said. So there was this guy who made a really insensitive joke, like a baseball announcer, and he's apologizing for what he said. And Nick Castellanos hit a home run during it, so he had to make the announcement. So while he was apologizing, he had to make the call of Nick Castellanos. But every single tragic event that happens, like the death of the Queen, like Nick Castellanos always hits a home run on those tragic days. The fact that Ryan put that in there was just incredible.
That's really funny.
He's zoned down a little. I'm gonna have to send you the clip because it's amazing.
Oh my God, that's really funny.
Yes.
I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again.
It happened in the top of the third inning of the Peoria Sports Complex, and a ground ball by Jonathan India. Tatis reached to his right and threw the runner out in a close play at first base. That's when things got interesting, and not in a good way. Tatis started walking back toward the Padres dugout, even though there was only one out. He was met by manager Jace Tingler and a trainer and took himself out of the game. And there's a deep drive into left field by Castellanos, and that will be a home run, so that'll make it a 3-2 game.
Well, we're going to tell you about a great man, and it's a loss for the Royals family. This is George Gorman, who passed away at the age of 96. He served our country in World War II. He went to the University of Kansas, and so did his son, Pat Gorman, who's been working for the Royals in the clubhouse for 26 years.
Wow.
And that was Pat's father. Well, that's a great life, 96 years. And Pat, just like his dad, went to KU. He also went to Bishop Ward High School. There's a drive into deep left center field, and there's never a great time to eulogize someone during the broadcast, so we apologize for the timing, but our hearts go out to Pat, who's just been a tremendous loyal employee to the Royals for 26 years, and his wife Katie, as she lost her father-in-law and daughters Abby and Caroline, who lost their grandfather, but they had him for 96 years.
Wow. Blessing. Sorry for your loss. They're doing this today. They're honoring the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, who passed away earlier today. Nice moment of silence. Beautiful words from Dan Baker. That one's hit well out to right center field. Duvall's going back to the scoreboard. It is gone! 3-run opposite field home run for Castellanos.
Ryan, that was by far your best intro to Jersey Man, Florida Man ever.
Really good.
I laughed. I thought I was going to pass out. I laughed so hard that I literally started seeing stars.
So it was very hard for me to even hear what he said for Jersey Man versus Florida Man. Oh, that was great. What? Wow. Really good research. Really good research.
And then the Judy Garland thing, you're going to have to listen to the last episode of Remy's Roundtable to the history of the great movie ride to understand what happened. But again, it was me putting my foot in my mouth. All right. So, Sarah, do we have a woman who brings stray dogs to shelters and gets fined, or the bees invading a beach?
I don't know why, but I'm going to go with Dog Shelter, Florida.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just I'm leaning that way.
All right. Chris, what do you think?
So Florida shaped like a penis. On the whole outer rim are beaches, right? New Jersey's shaped like an armpit, and only on the outside of the arm are beaches. So I'm going to go with math on this one and say beaches, Florida, way more real estate than New Jersey.
All right. So I think it's too hot for bees to survive at the beach in Florida. So I'm going to go Dog Shelter, Florida, and bees, New Jersey. All right. Let's find out the answer.
So our first story is from Florida, where a woman is fined $500 after bringing a dog she found in the middle of the road to a dog shelter. She had filled out the paperwork wrong and was fined $500 for falsifying information. Turns out Chris and his dog have a lot of things in common. They're both scruffy, dirty, smell bad. And before their caretaker found them, they were living in a dumpster behind a CVS. Rumor has it that Chris put in an over-asking price bid on that dumpster, but was still declined. So that means our second story is from New Jersey. where in Cape May, New Jersey, thousands of bees took over a beach, running off beachgoers. Scott used to be afraid of bees until he caught one. It was a hepatitis bee. And in other news, a fully intact vintage Burger King was found behind a wall in a Concord Mall in Wilmington, Delaware. Since hearing this, Chris has been looking in holes in the walls everywhere trying to find a Burger King. Unfortunately, they all been glory holes. And that's how him and Nick met. That's it for me this week, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
I'm going to say, unfortunately for who?
Sarah got excited about the vintage Burger King.
I did.
Sarah, what's the you collect a lot of vintage things, and you've got the old soul thrift on Instagram where you could buy vintage shirts. What's your favorite vintage item?
Oh, that's a good question.
Besides a picture of me, because I'm old.
Now, Sarah, I'm going to ask this question a little differently because Scott's asking this because of just the vintage aspect. I'm going to ask this as a collector and reseller like yourself. So what's your favorite vintage item to sell? And then what's your favorite vintage item to collect?
Oh my God. I have everything vintage.
So you don't even you don't discriminate.
I don't sell anything but clothes. So anything else that I find that I like, I'll keep it. I'm purchasing it as part of a collection, not to resell it necessarily. So the clothes are what I sell.
But what item of clothing? Is it like hats or t-shirts or hoodies or sweatshirts or jeans or what? Because it's way different. I stay away from the stuff.
I can't get rid of my sweaters. So I probably have about 70 to 80 crew necks that are just my personal crew necks.
Crew necks is one of my weaknesses too. I don't know what it is about.
I have a lot of them, and I have them for every occasion possible. Yeah,
they're always in.
They are. You can wear them with anything, and I have all different, all different styles and fits. Ooh, but actually, this is more sentimental. But my record player is my mom's from college.
Oh, that's cool.
And I used to listen to it when I was a kid, and she was going to throw it. She was just going to get rid of it. And I told her, no, please don't. And I've had it through a lot. I lost the first place I ever lived in during a hurricane.
Oh.
And it flooded like 3.5 feet. So I managed to save all of my vinyls and the record player and everything. And it's just been with me everywhere.
Oh, that's
I've
a cool
gone.
story.
So I collect a lot of that, but actually, probably my biggest collection of stuff is cameras.
Really?
Honestly.
Is it like instant developing cameras or any kind of cameras?
It is anything from the early 1900s to about the 80s. I have I have Brownie cameras. I have Super 8s. I have a lot.
That's really
cool,
of
different
actually.
kinds. Yeah. So I have huge bins that one's just cameras, one's just their cases and their straps and all their accessories, and then the other one is just all their paperwork and manuals and boxes.
Really? So you like all that, even the manuals and stuff you like?
Oh yeah, I want all of it. Anything that the advertisements. Oh yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna have to look through to see what I have, because I know I have some camera stuff. I don't know. It might be too new for you. I don't know. I'll text you some pictures. That's interesting.
You know what's funny? I think the newest camera that I have is. Do you remember those? They were iZones, and they were like long, skinny cameras, and they would print out stickers.
Yeah,
you remember
those?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
that's probably I found it at a yard sale for like $1, and I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna."
Nothing.
That was
better.
My moment.
Yeah, nothing better.
Right?
I did just buy last year. I bought one of those new Polaroid cameras. Gives you that old school feel.
Yeah.
You can also wear it around your neck, make it look like a little fashionable type.
So I have a Fujifilm.
That's what it is. I'm sorry, it's Fujifilm. It's Fujifilm, not Polaroid.
We have one, but Lewis for Christmas last year, the year before, he got me the Polaroid printer where you lay your phone on top of it and it scans your phone.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
It prints out the full size Polaroids. Of course, the film is like, what you get 8 for like $18.
Yeah, they don't make it cheap.
No, of course not. But my dad, again, this is where I get it from. He'll go to a yard sale and pick it up for 25 cents. And he's like, they said they had it since like 96, but they tried it last year and it was fine. I'm like, okay, well, we'll try it.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like serial killers in the 80s kind of took instant developing cameras and made them cool. And they kind of went away because, it's serial killer photography. We took it back. Normal people took it back, and now it's cool again. Now.
Yeah, well, that new show about Jeffrey Dahmer came out, so now.
Yeah, so now it's like there's a nice little mix. Serial killers and normal people coexist now and agree on the instant cameras. There's very fine people on both sides that use instant cameras. Oh gosh, this one might be the one where we get canceled.
Yeah, right. All right, Chris, do you have any cliff notes this evening?
I do.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
Didn't write a lot throughout, but I did write a lot while your daughter was on.
Oh, great.
So in the beginning of every episode, Scott says, don't forget to vote for us for Orlando Weekly. Scott, I wish I could forget because you talk about it for the first 10 minutes of every episode since like January. We are exhausted. Please vote for us so we never have to hear it again. Please. We one and done. Listen, I promise you. I'm just kidding.
Until next year.
One and done until next year. Scott was talking about how his daughter's finally at the age where it's fun to go to the parks with her. He claims it's because she's more mature, but in actuality, it's because he won't get as weird of looks when he asks her to hold his beer when he smokes his third full pack of cigarettes. Now, side note, during the same conversation, this is not a joke. It's just something I need to repeat. Scott said, quote, I think I'm going to love middle school. If you listen back, I started dying laughing during that. Michaela said she has horrible ankle problems, and I would say that it's inherited from her father, but they definitely are totally unrelated. Michaela's is probably from some sort of athletic injury. Scott's is from obesity. And lastly, Scott's daughter had to step out early to eat. I'm glad that doesn't run in the family, because if we had to stop whenever Scott was hungry, we would never have a podcast. And those are my clip notes.
Awesome.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
Hey, before we go on, special shout out to you, Ethan. Ethan's still in the chat. Ethan's still.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
thanks, Ethan.
Listen to me. Stand up guy.
No, he's a really nice guy.
Stand up guy.
Really
I'm
nice
assuming
guy.
this is Michaela's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Really nice guy.
Hey, thanks for sticking around. We appreciate you. And thanks for the follow earlier. I don't know if I typed it in the chat. That was a couple glasses of wine ago. I don't remember if I thanked you. So thank you. And thank you, Lewis, for always making that theme song play during the show.
I know. I saw him do the subscribe, and I saw what is it, Zach Galifianakis, and I'm like, oh, Chris is gonna get confused.
I have to turn that feature off. It's totally my fault. Seriously, thank you guys for the support.
Hey, this is Alex from Diz His, along with
Chris from the No New. Wait, what is this an ad for?
This is an ad for Diz His on No New Friends.
Oh my gosh, I'm so out of place. So yeah, we're on a Disney podcast, right, Alex?
Yeah, you and me now. We're doing a Disney podcast, Disney history, every week. On Tuesdays, it drops. Social media is Diz His Pod.
Yeah, if you ever need cleansing of the obscurities that you hear on this show, check us out on Diz His podcast, where we do something way more innocent.
And if you love Alex's segment, which is me, my history segment, then you'll love our full episode of Disney history.
Yeah, if you want a big load of Alex, listen to the Diz His podcast. You're going to love it. A little bit of me, a lot of Alex. It's like half and half, but a lot of Alex. A lot of Alex.
Whoa. There's a lot of you too. You also give up a big load yourself.
That's fair.
Chris, what do you got coming up on Diz His?
So Scott wanted me to wrap this up quickly, which coincidentally is the same thing Nick told me when we hung out last weekend. So, so that being said, I am going to do just a short snippet of just telling you another reason to book with Sandpiper Vacations. My sister and her boyfriend just got back from their Disney/Universal trip, and Nick was amazing. Not going to joke during this segment. Nick, thank you so much for helping my sister out. This was her first solo trip, I guess you'd say. And when I say solo trip, I mean trip without me being her Disney expert tour guide. So thank you for filling the void for me, because, oh my gosh, she would have blown me up if it weren't for you. Nick blows me up in different ways. Nick will blow you up if you book with Sandpiper Vacations with information on your vacation. She was so prepared. She was, Nick set up this Zoom meeting, which I think I talked about before, where if they had any questions, just asking beforehand. It was just awesome. He did such an awesome job at just answering any questions and any concerns. And he went as far as like setting up the reservations and everything. They had an awesome time. So special thank you for helping my sister and her boyfriend and her two friends that they went with. Just special thank you to Nick at Sandpiper Vacation. If you want a special, genuine experience, and I would even go as far as saying personal experience on your next Disney trip or cruise, please reach out to Nick at sandpipervacations.com. Tell him the No New Friends podcast sent you. On Diz His this week, we break down, actually, the Sophisticated Gentleman wrote the history this week.
Oh,
yeah. And it's a really good episode. It's on the American.
Did he do it? Is it his on the Great Depression?
Close. American Adventure.
Oh, okay. That's my favorite.
Yeah, the Depression
God,
is touched on. Yeah, the Depression is touched on. So I'll tell you what. Sorry, I just read chat. Nick says, "Who am I blowing?"
And if you want to chat with us, either on Twitch, we stream every Wednesday when we record, and then also on our Discord, we stream there as well. Yeah. For our Patreon members, just join our clubhouse, nonewfriendspodcast.com.
Please check us out on Twitch every Wednesday around 8:00. Yeah, we do the American Adventure, which is the show at the United States Pavilion in Epcot. A lot of people don't know that it exists, and I think it's because it's that halfway point, and you're already in America. And if you're an American, it's like, let me just keep going to whatever the next country is, because I've never been there before, and it's cool to eat their food. It's a really fun episode. It's a really good episode. A lot of cool history about the show that you'd never expect. So if you want to check that out, check us out on Diz His Pod on all social media. Google Diz His will come up. And we're not hard to find. You can if you really don't know how to find us, join No New Friends Patreon, and I'll give you a special link.
Send you the link. Awesome. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, check out Diz His. Also, check out these amazing podcasts. We've got Don't Wreck Yourself, where Ryan takes on the things that are wrecking the internet. We also have Ashes to Awesome podcast, The Rise from Addiction into Recovery with Chuck LaFlange. It's a great podcast. I do the Thursday episodes with him. Also, Remy's Roundtable with our Lord and Savior Remy. And also, The Sophisticated Gentleman is on there as well. Studio 21, the baseball podcast. Check out that one. A Mental Health Moment with Dr. Edward Samaro. And Sarah, what's coming up on Nerd Archive?
They are talking about the Xbox showcase. So super excited about that. I know I'm addicted to Fallout. So they're talking about a new one. So I'm excited about that, but you'll have to listen about it on their podcast.
Awesome. You can check them out, streaming on all major podcast platforms. Don't forget to check out our Wednesday episode, No New Friends After Dark. Last week was a really, really good one, talking about Pulse. And then this one's also going to be a really, really good one as well. A little bit more funny. You can connect with us. All of our social media links, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our really sweet merchandise, as well as join our clubhouse. Become a friend with benefits. That's our Patreon. So you can watch these things as we record live, and also get a bunch of other member benefits like trading cards. On behalf of our Lord and Savior Remy, the Sophisticated Gentleman, Game Master Ryan, our producer Alex, Sarah, Chris, Mary, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.